Here is an easy Betfair trading strategy where we're going to use game theory and maths to make money. Okay, guys? So strap yourselves in because these next few minutes are going to be brilliant. Game theory is essentially a defensive betting strategy that has been used in poker to mean that people cannot be exploited. So essentially, by doing this, we are always looking to do the optimal thing when we're trading, as we relate this to Betfair trading. That's why we use things like maths. That's why we use the theory itself, because this isn't about opinion. This isn't about whether I'm good at picking selections or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that stuff. You don't even have to be good at maths for this, because this is really easy to apply to Betfair trading. Now, I'm going to tell you all about that now. Fortunately, we can actually use the Betfair Trading Community software to do all this for us. Betfair Trading Community was built to train Betfair traders, and the software actually basically uses game theory in a lot of ways, in that you can set up a strategy, you can look at the percentages of everything you want to look at, and then make your selections based on that. And the strategy can be saved, and then you can get your selections given to you each day from your own strategy. So this saves hours and hours of research, and it saves you having to worry about, hang on, I don't know, do I like the look of Newcastle tonight, blah, 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 because you have the strategy you can use, and you can use it to exploit the Betfair markets. And you'll hear that word a lot, but that's really, really important. Okay, so we're actually going to go to a spreadsheet now. I'm going to show you the results of a strategy I've been tracking. I've been tracking this strategy live with all of you. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know the spreadsheet I'm on. You'll even probably know the strategy. You can all go and view it. You've all been watching me fill it in over the year live. So it's brilliant. I love the fact that you guys have all seen it. You've all seen the proof is in the pudding of this strategy.
As we approach 1 year of trading now, we have over 2,000 results, and I will show you this as we scroll down. And we get to the 2,000 results, which we've just passed recently. As you can see here, we can actually analyze this Excel sheet to determine what the optimal bets would have been, and more importantly, what they're likely to be moving forward. Now, as you might have already spotted, one very simple optimal play is to just lay the away team. This is a lay the away team strategy in theory, and at these odds, we would be laying the away team. And the result is that we would have made, to date, obviously this might change by the time this video goes out, but to date, to £10 lay stakes, so not big stakes, we would have made £1,701.90. That is including 2% Betfair commission. Now, we know that basically our expected value per trade is around 3% at the moment, okay? So that means that we would actually make around 3% on every single trade that we placed, and that's how we have rolled up and made this kind of money. And what's brilliant here is that we haven't had to put big stakes on, and we know this strategy would be very profitable. So, a very easy way to look at game theory here would just be, well, lay the away team, leave it at that. This obviously makes money. So the optimal play would be to be backing this strategy and laying the away team. But the beauty of Betfair trading is that we can keep exploiting these opportunities every time they arise. So we've got 2,000 results here that we could have exploited. And we don't need to worry about, how often can we do this? We can place this trade on every single match that qualifies for the criteria, because we have an expected value range, which is around that 3% return. And we know that the more often we bet on a strategy, the more chance we have of making money in the long term. It's simple maths. And that last phrase is really important, in the long term. As with anything Betfair trading related, the long term is the key outcome. If you're making judgments on strategies or optimal bets and trades based only on a few outcomes, you're doing the wrong thing. You want to think about the long term. You want to look at the long term. By the way, guys, if you want a copy of my blog post on game theory, just say the word game theory in the comments and I will send it to you. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is maths is obviously a key part to working out an optimal betting or trading strategy. And using maths, we can work out the baseline. that we need to go above to be profitable. Now, it's very easy on this strategy that we can work out our baseline here would be P&L 0, right? We want to make more than £0 on this strategy. That is our kind of our baseline. We are way above that at the moment. So we're in a very, very good position. Now we could be in a position here where we've done 2,000 trades and then suddenly we've made £100, £10 stakes. Now that's profit. We're above the baseline, but is £100, £10 stakes in a year going to cut it for you? Is that going to make you money long term? It'll make you a little bit, but would it be worth the effort? And again, this is where you can kind of shift your baseline and you can go, well, I want a strategy that's going to make me £500 a year on average from £10 stake, something like that. Working out on one strategy what it would be worth to you, that's a good place to kind of place your mathematical baseline. Because if I did that now and I said, okay, I want to make 500 quid. Okay, so I've got a month left of this year recording of this video. If I get down to 500, I've still hit my target. If this profit went down to £100, I'd be below my target and I'd be wondering if it was worth it. And then at the same token and on the same side, if I've made what I have currently, which is £1,200 above my 500, that's dreamland. That's exactly where you want to be, right? Using P&L is very, very simple. You don't have to be a mathematical whiz, do you? It's very simple. I work out the profit and loss per trade, as you can see here. And then all I do is this sum, equals sum, and then you basically do whatever column it is. So here it's L, and then colon L, and then in brackets. And it will tell you the sum. It does it automatically, okay? So, if I put 4 here, it's going to add £4 to the profit, as you can see there. I'll show you again. So it's 1701, click out of it, 1705, as you can see there. So very simple calculations. And again, strike rate and ROI is probably not as important as the P&L. That's going to be your go-to with Betfair Trading, right? Are you making a profit? Are you not? That really is the baseline. And again, you can make it higher, like I say. That's really up to you. Now, what I want to touch on is you might think, well, that's really obvious, right? Okay, that's optimal, that's obvious. What's suboptimal, right? Well, suboptimal, again, is where game theory will help you out. Like I say, if your £500 was your target and you've made below that, maybe that was suboptimal to you. But let's use the baseline of £0 as suboptimal. And let's look at different strategy. Now, this strategy is called a lay the home team. It started out as a lay the home team, where it's turned into a back the home team. And you'll see why. The profit is way down. A similar kind of return per bet, but obviously on the minus side. So in theory, I kind of know that this strategy has not worked well. 500 plus selections. I reverse engineered it from the lay the away team to make a lay the home team, but it doesn't seem to work. And that's fine. That's what testing is for. Again, this is where the game theory comes in. If I hadn't done the testing and I just traded this strategy, I would have lost £400. I wouldn't be very happy. But at the moment, I'm actually in quite a good position here. And you might look at this and think, oh, wow, that's awful. Just scrap that strategy. Look at it. It's losing money. Not only is it losing money, you would have lost a significant amount of money and time. But what I will say is that I want to get more data. I want to get this up to 2,000 as well, which will probably take me another 6 months plus here, maybe another year. But the optimal play is not to delete the strategy. It's certainly not to bet on it. But the optimal play is to analyze it and work out what can we do to turn it into a profitable strategy. What is working and what isn't? Are there clear things that are working and aren't? And one simple way to do this, as I've suggested, would be, well, if I back the home team, I would make significant profit, even accounting for the 2% commission difference. I know that, right? We know that. So that's one really good way to do that. But what I want to get into here really is a method we can really, really optimize the strategy. So we're going to get into that here. And I want to go back to the original football strategy to do this, okay? And again, this is going to be very easy. You don't need to be a maths or Excel whiz to do this.
Okay, guys, so that's part one. I know I'm such a tease, right? Apologize for that, but it's just going to be a really long video if not. But the key thing here is to get you the introduction for this. And the second part is going to be really, really honing in on how you can use this and really utilize it successfully. So make sure you watch that. Use the word game. If you've enjoyed this video, use the word game in the comments. That lets me know you've enjoyed it and that I can make more content like this. Have a great week, everyone, and I'll be back with part two.